Hello, Transurfer and the Transurfing Curious. My name is Renee Garcia, and this is TransurfingTV. And today, an oldie but goodie, the induced transition, because it doesn't matter how good of a transurfer you are, you will always encounter negative information coming into your layer of reality that if you are not awake, I see myself and I see my reality, you can connect with and take on that frequency, which is a pendulum, right? Lowering you down to lower lifelines. Even this happens to Vadim, and you know what? This happened to me today, and I'm going to tell you a little tale about a 2-hour nervous breakdown that I had right before I started filming my videos today, because this is real. It doesn't matter how aware you are, this is still gonna happen. What matters is how quickly you see yourself, you see your reality, you assess the situation, and you get yourself back on the right track. Before I get started, remember to like this video and comment below My World is Taking Care of Me, to enter my daily giveaway for my reprogramming stickers, and subscribe, please, if you have not done so already. And Reality 2.0, the Teachable course, link down below. It is lit, y'all. So, what happened to me today? Well, I have to say, before I was starting, let me start at the beginning of my morning. I woke up and I saw something on my phone that was not good. I'm not going to get into what it was, but let's just say it is really what people do not want to see in their realities. And I wake up, I do all my little morning stuff that I do before I get on my phone. I'm feeling good. My frequency is tuned. I'm happy. I'm saying hi to my dog. I'm saying hi to my boyfriend. I'm watering my plants. I'm, nourishing and hydrating myself and all that good stuff. I'm feeling great. And then I look at my phone and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, right? You gotta be fucking kidding me. So I sit down at the breakfast table for my coffee, where I like to plan my lessons, and I start trying to, consider what I'm going to teach today, and my brain will not get on that program. I am stuck on the negative information that I just got in that morning into my layer of reality. So I'm sitting there struggling, and I'm talking to my boyfriend about it, and he's like, dude, you got so much going on today, just let it go. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm trying. So then I get ready, I take a shower, I put my makeup on, I start creating my lessons for the day, or thinking about how I'm going to instruct them. And then I go into my office for a brief moment before I'm supposed to come in here, and I get hit with something else really, really shitty out of nowhere. And, I understand we have some accountability, right? We're not going to be perfect 100% of the time. We all have accountability for those shitty things, even if it's just 1%. But I'm going to be honest, I had a little bit of a hard time taking any accountability for this other thing that happened, because that one that hit me in the morning, it already kind of like knocked me off kilter, right? So I'm already wobbling a little. I'm already like, ooh, whoa, I don't know if I can stay up here. So then I'm already sort of wobbling, I'm already weak, and sure enough, something else, boom, comes and hits me. So at that point, I attempt to resolve the situation, and I don't know how to do it because it was something technical, and I just absolutely broke. I haven't been feeling well lately. I was sick a couple of days ago. The wildfires have been really bad here, so we've literally been in the house for like the last week. This thing happened in the morning, then this other thing happened, and I just snapped, and I started crying, and I was upset, and I had to leave the office because my boyfriend works in there too, and I came into the bathroom and I was crying by myself, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so, why today? I don't want to do this anymore. This is so hard. I don't want to do this anymore. This is so hard. So there, I'm like, you know what? No, you're not doing this. I see myself, I see my reality. You are doing this, and it isn't hard. This is actually quite easy. A pendulum is trying to convince you that it's hard, and some undesirable events came into your layer of reality. You have a choice right now, Renee. You can either agree with them, or you can do this, right? Or you can catch yourself and you can stay on course, do what you were intended to do today, and forget about the rest. Do not dial in to that frequency. Do not receive that frequency. Tune your own frequency to it, and then create more of the same in your external reality. So you know what, everyone? 6 hours late, here I am doing my video, 6 hours past the time I normally do it. And am I a little bit injured? Absolutely. But you know what? I know that if I give in to that feeling of being injured, the world will present to me more reasons to be injured. If I take this moment and I go, you know what? The event in the morning and the event around noon is not going to affect me. I'm going to push beyond it. I'm going to use it as a sign to wake myself up and see my reality, and I'm going to become empowered from those things, and I'm not going to let them affect me. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So, what is an induced transition? Exactly. What an induced transition is it's you falling from a higher lifeline to a lower lifeline. And it's funny because I have always used these linear lifelines as my visual representation, and I didn't know that Vadim did it too. I must have either picked it up from the book, or all of a sudden it's in the book. The world of humanity consists of individual layers placed one on top of the other. I had no idea this was actually in the book. I'm wondering if I was influenced by this and I thought that it was my own thought or whatever, but I was actually kind of shocked to see that right now. So this is the case, right? Reality consists of individual layers. And the very, very top layer is you being aware, awake. I see myself, I see my reality, your frequency tuned to all the positive, the things that you want, you not allowing negative information into your layer of reality, right? When you maintain this is where the wave of fortune exists. But the opposite is true for the induced transition. When you are up here and this pendulum comes swinging, right? So this morning, that was a pendulum coming for me. This afternoon, that was a pendulum coming for me. Now, I could be here if that pendulum hit me and I wasn't aware of it. And this is why it doesn't matter if you're an advanced transurfer, if you're new to this, if you fall asleep for a moment and you allow that pendulum to whack you, it is going to send you down regardless of how evolved you are and how in touch with this information you are. If you give into that moment and you let that thing happen, you let that pendulum hit you and you absorb that frequency, you are going to fall like an MF, right? So the world consists of individual layers. Reacting to negative events induces a shift to negative lifelines. So when I talk about resonating with the pendulum, that's exactly how you resonate with the pendulum. You get hit by it, and then you react that is in frequency with that thing. So like this morning when I see the thing, and I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck, right? That's me resonating with the pendulum at that frequency, reacting to it. Then when I go into my office and I sit down, then I react, oh my God, what is going on? Why is this happening to me? This is me reacting, this is me resonating with the pendulum. So here's the thing, and I'll finish this last one, accompanied by a negative event in your life layer. So an induced transition is the initial start of it is a negative event in your life layer. It is accompanied by a negative event in your life layer. So that's how you can recognize it, right? A negative event, you gotta wake up right in that moment. So I'm going to tell you how it happens and how you can evolve your transurfing practice before I end this video. So in the beginning, I would be up here. In the beginning of my transurfing practice, I'd be up here. And then a few days later, I would just kind of like wake up down here and I'd be like, hey, wait a second. Where'd my transurfing go? Why aren't I transurfing anymore? So then I would have to retrace my steps to where the pendulum hit me, right? And I'd be like, oh, right. Your mom called you and started acting weird and you resonated and you took the bait, and then after that you snapped at somebody in your reality and then they snapped back, and then you left somewhere and you stubbed your toe on the way out, and then you were even more pissed off, and then you wake up 2 days later and you're like, wait a second, what happened to my reality, right? So then after a little while transurfing, I could wake up like the next day. I'd wake up and I'd be like, hey, wait a second, yesterday was better than today. Then after a little more transurfing, maybe something would happen to me one morning and I would wake up in the evening and be like, wait a second, this morning started out really well, but now I feel shitty. What has happened here? Then I can go back and I can look at what transpired and realize, oh, right. I was feeling good in the morning, just like my story went, right? I was feeling good, I was doing my thing. Here's the cool thing. Doing this a while, you can catch yourself in the moment that you start to induce. So I had the one in the morning, I had the bad thing happen in the early afternoon, and I immediately woke up. I see myself, I see my reality, I see exactly what's going on here, and I'm not going to let this hit me. So this hitting me today would look like me not getting in front of the camera. Maybe me going into a depressed state, maybe me deciding, I'm just gonna spend the rest of the day in bed. Then I wake up tomorrow and I'm feeling out of touch with my goals. And I'm like, oh God, I didn't do the stuff that I wanted to do yesterday. So you know what, I'm just gonna take the rest of the weekend off and not do anything. Then Monday, my weekend's caught up with me and I'm like, oh, I know I got so much, and I stay resonating in that place of, a frequency that I don't want to be a part of. So in catching myself in this moment, my inner observer becoming my best friend, this is where your inner observer really, really kicks in. Hey, Renee, something's happening to you right now. Don't let it go down like this, girlfriend. You can stop and you can take a look at what's going on and you can switch your direction, not letting any negative information into your layer of reality, or at least dealing with it, managing it, and therefore, going on about your track. The thing is about going down here, it takes energy then to get back up here. If you can just stay up here, that energy that you reserve from doing this, you can apply to creating your own reality. So the last point I want to make, do not allow, we're talking about negative information here, do not allow does not mean strive to avoid, but rather intentionally ignore, to express no interest. So I'm talking about it now, and after this, I'm going to let it go, because you know what? My reality is awesome. I'm actually, as weird as it sounds, I'm also on the wave of success. So I definitely don't want to adhere to the induced transition-y stuff and lose my wave of success. So I'm going to go with that version of reality instead and make sure my frequency stays tuned to that version, because that's better for me and my, obviously, trajectory and my intentions. So let me know what you think of this video, everyone. And where are you today? Are you doing this? Are you up here? Do you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself? Let me know your thoughts, and thank you so much for watching my video. Bye, guys.